In our first movie on the Mercedes-Benz 6x6 Actros, we travelled to Central Queensland to see the truck. We were looking for a suitable six-wheel drive vehicle that could carry heavy loads to and from our remote areas. We purchased the truck, brought it back to base camp, gave it a good clean, put some new V-belts on it, checked the oil and so on. Now we got a bit busy at work and then the truck sat in the shed for a few weeks. Then, as you'd expect, we had problems in the bush and we needed to get up there quickly and sort it out. Now in my first movie on the Mercedes 6x6 I did mention that where this truck would be going would be testing for any vehicle. Unlike the desert where most of these trucks prevail, our problem was always going to be the steep country and the wet weather. Ethan got a flat tyre on the Tiger Cap log skidder. We were in the middle of getting some logs out of a difficult spot, so we had to get up there ASAP and change the wheel for him and keep him mobile. Now the harvesting head was in need of some general maintenance, so rather than work on it up there in the bush, we thought we'd kill two birds with one stone and bring the harvesting head back to base where we could spend a little bit more time on it and probably throw a coat of paint over it. So we got the Merc out of the shed, loaded her up with what we thought we needed to do the job. Now this is exactly what they're built for, hauling heavy loads to and from equipment and installations working in remote locations. Now changing these big skidder wheels isn't easy. We'll do this one today using the excavator. He'll have to pick it up just right so as to take the weight off it so we can undo the bolts. That's the flat tyre removed off the skidder and put back onto the truck. Now he'll fit the replacement wheel. He's done this before, so he knows the drill. It's amazing that you don't get more flat tyres than you do, considering where these log skidders work. Now lining that wheel up on the bolt holes is also a bit of a trick, as you can see. You'll notice he'll adjust the grip on the wheel once or twice just to get it to sit right in his log grab. We packed up the truck and moved on to the next job. We were late leaving base and we knew that a storm might be heading our way. If we get any rain, it'll make the project not only difficult, but we may not be able to get back out because we weren't sure how good the Mercedes 6x6 would be in the wet weather. And this particular track we're on now is still damp from the last lot of rain we've had. We headed over to our other job site, which wasn't too far away, and loaded up the harvesting head. Now I think that rosin head weighs about 4 tonne. So with the spare wheel, tools and 3 people in the cab, we'll have about 7 tonne on board. So that should keep the Merc's wheels on the ground for the trip out tonight. Now we only just got the head tied down and secured and it absolutely hosed down rain. We got hail and about 50 mil of rain in less than 20 minutes. It hit us dead on, right centre where we were working. We had the Mack Titan log truck up there with us also as we planned to throw a load of logs on it and come out in tandem. We were set up to pull the Mack out with the Merc 6x6 if we had to. We decided not to risk getting the Titan stuck halfway out, fully loaded with the rain we just had. Plus, we only had about 10 minutes of daylight left. So we decided to leave the Mack behind to fend for itself and we cut and run. We got the Mercedes manual out and quickly went through the options available. It was going to be wet, steep, slippery and dark. Plus we had a bit of weight on board. We went for the 6x6 diff locks on all axles to attack the first steep climb out of the drop zone. We headed out just on dark and the Merc walked out, no problems at all. Luckily it did because we were way out of phone reception. We got back to base camp late and we hadn't had any rain at all down there on the flat country. Looks like the Merc 6x6 might be ideal for those heavy duty snatch and grab runs like we did today. Mission accomplished. Now stay tuned. We'll set her up with some servicing equipment in the next few months on some sort of a module that we can lift on and off in the bush. We're thinking about carrying about 4 tonne of water and some hot water pressure cleaning gear out to the equipment on a regular basis so we can keep the machines tidy. So when we get around to it, I'll give you a look at what we come up with.